Greetings everyone, I'm Dr. Anth. In the prior two videos, see links in the description box, I explained why women need infrastructure changes that work with their biology. In this video, I will explain why menstruation needs to be front and center. Among women foragers, due to their activity and diet, menstruation generally begins in their mid-teens. In industrialized societies, the average age at which menstruation begins has been steadily dropping to 12, with a range from 9 to 15. Menstruation is a natural part of the lives of most girls and women, but it is something that makes women distinctly different from men. When women became property around 5,000 years ago, men used menstruation as a way to further isolate and diminish women. Men seem to relish in jokes about urination and defecation, but menstruation, they don't want to know. Menstruation makes women icky. Among some communities, girls and women who are menstruating are considered unclean. They must spend their time apart in a special building until the monthly bleeding ends. Men control most institutions and countries, so it should not be surprising that life becomes more difficult when a girl begins to menstruate. A huge factor in making life more difficult is the cost of pads and tampons. Girls and women who cannot afford an adequate supply of pads and tampons cannot participate fully in normal activities. Girls who can't go to school while menstruating fall further and further behind. They may give up and drop out. Women who can't go to work while menstruating may be fired. Limiting access to menstrual supplies, such as pads and tampons, may be the goal of those men who want to maintain control of women and girls. An uneducated girl will have few alternatives to what is decreed by the men in her life. A woman who is fired from her job because she cannot afford pads or tampons will have a harder time finding another job. The result? She will be confined to her home and dependent on the men in her life. But an easy infrastructure change could mean freedom for girls and women. That change is the provision of free pads and tampons in all restrooms in schools and businesses. This should be an easy change, but directors of facilities in these institutions consider providing pads and tampons to be too much trouble. Even machines which charge for the pad or tampon are generally and purposefully empty. It's as if a normal function of female biology is of no consequence. Institutions were designed by men for men. Men, excluding some trans men, do not menstruate. So why should institutions care about the needs of women? Institutions include places where women are incarcerated. In federal prisons in the United States, women are given 12 low-quality pads per month. Based on my own experience, that number would last at most 3 days, and my bleeding lasted 7 days. 90% of women inmates are not in federal prisons, so they are not even guaranteed 12 free pads. Women who need more or better pads and tampons are forced to buy them. Many women cannot afford the cost. Unavoidable bloody accidents are the probable outcomes to this forced deprivation. Shame and humiliation are evidently part of a woman's punishment. Menstrual bleeding needs to be normalized. Menstrual supplies should be readily available and free wherever girls and women will be. Schools, businesses, bus stations, airports, hospitals, prisons, parks, etc., etc. Anywhere women are or could be, pads and tampons should be available and free. Menstruation needs to be normalized in TV shows and movies, in novels and cartoons. If men can celebrate urination and defecation, women can celebrate menstruation. Blood will flow. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to my channel.